Have you ever met someone who just seems grounded? In relationships, they don't play games, they don't ghost you when things get intimate, and they don't freak out if you don't text back within 5 minutes. They have this quiet confidence, an ability to navigate conflict without it turning into a world war, and a way of making you feel completely safe. In the world of psychology, we call this secure attachment. And while it might sound like a simple personality trait, it's actually the gold standard for human connection. Today we're doing a deep dive into the science of secure attachment, why it's the ultimate relationship superpower, how it's formed, and most importantly, how you can develop it as an adult, even if you didn't grow up with it. Stick around, because understanding this blueprint might just be the cheat code to the best relationships of your life. To understand where secure attachment comes from, we have to go back to the mid-20th century with psychologists John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth. They discovered that our earliest relationships with our caregivers act as a subconscious blueprint for every relationship we have later in life. Bowlby noticed that infants who had caregivers who were consistently responsive, meaning when the baby cried, the parent showed up. When the baby was scared, the parent offered comfort, developed a sense of internal safety. Mary Ainsworth later proved this in her famous strange situation experiment. She found that securely attached children used their parents as a secure base. They felt safe enough to explore the world because they knew, deep down, that if they tripped and fell, a reliable person would be there to catch them. This isn't just about childhood nostalgia, it's about how your nervous system was wired to perceive trust. So how does this look when we're adults? In the dating world and in long-term partnerships, secure attachment shows up as a low level of both anxiety and avoidance. If you are securely attached, you don't spend your nights overanalyzing a partner's tone in a text message. You don't feel the need to test them to see if they really care. But you also don't feel suffocated by closeness. You see intimacy as a source of strength, not a trap. One of the most beautiful traits of a secure person is their ability to communicate needs clearly. Instead of using passive-aggressive hints, they might say, "Hey, I felt a little disconnected today. Can we spend some quality time together?" It sounds so simple, right? But for those with insecure styles, that level of directness can feel terrifying. Secure individuals don't fear rejection as a life-ending event. They see it as data. They know their worth is inherent, not something that fluctuates based on someone else's opinion. Now let's address a major trend in psychology right now, the idea that secure people can feel boring. If you've spent years in the anxious-avoidant trap, that roller coaster of intense highs followed by cold withdrawals, a secure partner might feel like a flatline at first. We often mistake the butterflies of anxiety for the spark of chemistry. When a secure partner is consistent, reliable, and emotionally available, your nervous system might actually misinterpret that piece as a lack of excitement. But here's the truth. The drama of insecure attachment is actually your body's stress response. Secure attachment isn't boring, it's stable. It's the calm water that allows you to actually build something meaningful rather than just surviving the storm. Once your nervous system settles into that safety, you realize that real passion comes from deep vulnerability and trust, not from the fear of losing someone. What if you weren't one of the lucky 50 to 60% of people who grew up with a secure foundation? What if your childhood was filled with inconsistency, neglect, or overwhelming emotional demands? Here is the most important part of today's video. Attachment styles are not a life sentence, they are dynamic. In psychology, we have a term for this called earned secure attachment. This is the process of moving from an insecure state to a secure one through conscious effort and healing. The first step is self-awareness. You have to recognize your attachment cry, those moments where you feel the urge to cling or the instinct to run. Instead of acting on those impulses, you learn to regulate your nervous system. You learn that your urges are just old echoes of a child who didn't feel safe, but you are an adult now with the power to choose a different response. To develop earned security, you need to seek out corrective emotional experiences. This often happens in 3 ways. First, through therapy, working with a professional who provides a consistent, non-judgmental, secure base. Second, by choosing partners or friends who are already securely attached. Being around someone who is emotionally stable acts like a tuning fork for your own nervous system. You eventually start to mirror their calm. And third, through self-compassion. You have to learn to be the secure parent for yourself. When you feel that old panic rising, instead of judging yourself, you say, "I see you're feeling scared right now, and that's okay. We are safe." This inner work rewires your brain, moving you away from fear and toward a baseline of trust. Another hallmark of secure attachment is healthy boundaries. Secure people understand that saying no doesn't mean they are rejecting the person. It means they are protecting the relationship. They don't overgive to the point of resentment, and they don't expect others to read their minds. They handle conflict by attacking the problem, not the person. In a secure relationship, a disagreement isn't a sign that the relationship is over. It's an opportunity to understand each other better. They approach conflict with curiosity rather than defensiveness. They ask, "Tell me more about why you feel that way," rather than saying, "You're wrong for feeling that." This emotional maturity is what allows secure couples to bounce back from stress faster and build a bond that actually gets stronger over time. As we wrap up, I want you to remember that secure attachment isn't about being perfect. It doesn't mean you'll never feel jealous or that you'll never have an off day. It just means that your home base is one of safety. It means you trust that you are worthy of love and you trust that others are capable of giving it. Whether you are single and working on yourself or in a long-term partnership trying to heal together, the journey towards security is the most rewarding work you will ever do. It changes how you show up at work, how you parent your own children, and most importantly, how you treat yourself. You deserve a love that feels like a safe harbor, not a shipwreck. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Which attachment style do you resonate with most? And if you want more deep dives into the psychology of relationships, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay curious and be kind to your nervous system.